The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC between the Cleveland Browns and the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm Keith Scott. Joining me as always, my partner in crime, Brock Heward, and we are excited to bring you this NFL divisional round game. Well, excited, the word that you and I get to use, Brock, as do all these great fans in attendance, but for the players down on the field, I think a better word to discuss in this situation might be pressure.
I don't think there's any question about that, Kay. With every one of these playoff rounds, that pressure just grows. It increases. That Super Bowl gets closer and closer. And your game, well, it's got to increase with it. If you can't take your level of play up a notch from the previous week, can't rise to the occasion and find that extra gear befitting the situation we're in, well, that's the week you're going to be sent home and be a fan like the rest of us.
So out they come for their opening drive of this ball game. And it'll be their second-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
He may not have been the guy to win them the game last week. Not a huge amount of production, but he certainly wasn't the one who lost it. When we get to these rounds of the playoffs, we know this is true. It's oftentimes the team and the quarterback who doesn't make the mistakes that often moves on to the next round.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Setting up to throw. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. He keeps this one himself. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain. Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Motioning left is their running back. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 4th down, and it'll be the native of County Wicklow in Ireland, Daniel Whelan, on to punt. Fields this at the 19. Escapes a defender. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
Well, here we go, Kate. That good old adage, a good old question of rust versus rest. Yep, this QB and his buddies, they all had the week off. The rested, they feel good. Or will they be rusty? This opening series, a big one to get them in rhythm.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. 1st and 10. Herbert escapes the pocket. That's to his back. Here's Rachaad White. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. I call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sail that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Herbert from the gun. He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's going to give the Chargers the 1st down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. No doubt about it, Brock. They are trying to take him out of this game from the start. And a touchdown on the opening drive, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations, Kate, where you and I up here in this booth, we can hear it and we can feel it. This crowd senses an opportunity to dig those opponents an early hole that before long might become the grave their season rests in if they don't respond.
Ooh. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Thornton on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. He showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. Heads out on the bootleg. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. And he's tackled for no gain. 2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt. Even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
He finds Njoku complete. And he's going to bring this down to their 35. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. All set to go now from the 35. From the gun, Judkins. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Zone read, this is Judkins. Defense contains him. That's going to force 4th down as he's dropped for a loss. So that's the end of one in this AFC divisional round contest. 7-0 is our score. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. Everyone's out there, so let's get things restarted. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Darius Davis to return it. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Drive starts with an option, right side. And the stop is made as he gets 3 of those 5 penalty yards back.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Browns are in the nickel for this 3rd down call. Throw here, 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So on 4th down, it's going to be Cameron Johnston out to put a charge into this one. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it sets up second down. He'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on third down. Third and long for him here. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing fourth down. The Browns are lined up to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The return begins on their side of midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Galloping inside the 40. He has room past the 25. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. Has room into the secondary. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here. Trying to sneak, it's Herbert. And he gets in, touchdown! The Chargers now lead by 10. Justin Herbert with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a first and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, and the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Thornton on the return. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there, and that is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's first and 10. They send a man in motion. First down, play action. Challenges, double coverage, and it's intercepted! And the Chargers have the football at what looks to be the 37-yard line. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of them. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's second and 10. Back to the air, Herbert. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. So now pause for an injured player, and this is a big one. It is Justin Herbert who's in some pain. He's being attended to after that play. So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. They'll air it out on third. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. feet and eyes, they so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Dicker connects there, and that extends their lead to 14.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Thornton on the return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. First call here coming from the shotgun. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
And kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Oh, should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. The 2 in a row now have slipped away. Here's Judkins on 2nd down. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. Keeps himself upright. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a one-score game in the first half. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. To the line on 1st and 10. Chargers beneficiaries of some good field position. Drive starts with a carry by White. Jukes away from one. Still going inside the 35. And a great play comes to an end. He's out of bounds just inside the red zone. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. And that is caught in the end zone for the LA touchdown. The Chargers take a 13-point lead. Tyreek Hill the touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Thornton on the return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Browns returning their offense and this running back to the field. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. They go play action on 1st down. Caught by his fullback behind the line. Breaks through and breaks away. And they're going to get to him after a gain of close to 5 as they send him out. So 2nd and 5 on deck as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More football from SoFi in just a moment. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. They'll throw it here on 1st. Hits him on the in route. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. Sticking to the air here. Absolutely fires this one, right? Brought in inside the 20. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff here for Judkins. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. He's dropping back to throw. And he's going to wisely get into the slide. Manages to avoid any sort of contact, but he did start it a little bit shy of what they needed for that first down. 3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Here he is on 3rd and short. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns make it a one-score game before halftime. David Njoku, the touchdown. Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Browns chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
17.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He's got a man left. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. Throwing this for the end zone. And this is going to be good for a Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers will extend their lead as time expires in the half. Tyreek Hill, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Wow, just perfect execution there, Brock. Nailing the fade for 6.
Yeah, when it comes to the fade route, it really is all about timing, and as you said, the execution of it. You have to have the matchup first, but then you need to go connect. What a great play.
Dicker on now for the PAT. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We roll on here on this divisional round Sunday. 2 more final scores to get to, and then we'll know the AFC-NFC title game matchups. But first, let's look back at Saturday's action. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin in Western New York. The Bills at home to take on the Texans. And it's Josh Allen hooking up with his man for the touchdown here. One of 3 touchdown passes for him in the ballgame. From there, it's off to Atlanta. Let's look in on the Falcons. They're hosting the Detroit Lions. And it's ARSB, Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's one of the 4 verticals on this route, and it's a deep shot. They connect. This is going to wind up as an 85-yard catch and run for the touchdown. And here's a look at the current playoff bracket in the NFL playoffs. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we get you back out to Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Half the battle complete, Brock, as we resume play here. A spot in our AFC Championship on the line. On the return, here comes Davis. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. And that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
First and 10, it's a give to White. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun. Pulled in by his back, White. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A gain of 15 there. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense. Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Herbert from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
And the Chargers first down.
From the red zone on first. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Taken in by Hill, right side. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Thornton on the return. This makes it up to the 25. The Browns getting their offense out there. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So second down coming up. Working now from the gun. Finds a man, Deontay Johnson has it. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down. Handoff now to Judkins. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They send him left out of the slot. Airing it out on first down. Finding Johnson once more. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. Throwing it again here. Has a man on target to Johnson. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Offense is set. First and 10. Judkins up the middle. And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. Judkins. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal. He's going to throw it. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively,
and he will have them a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns start the second half with some needed points. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Browns get it back to a 14-point game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Good work so far. He's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Chargers and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Completed over the middle. Down to the 10. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's Thornton on the return. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. That is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Only 1 quarter left before we send one of these teams to the AFC title game. It's Browns football. Their season down to its final quarter if they can erase this lead. All right up against that marker, but not there yet. It's 2nd and inches. From the pistol, here's Judkins. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up
3rd and a lone yard coming up. He tries to sneak it, and they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the 1st.
On the give, here's Judkins. Has a hole left, room to run. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. within 2 possessions. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns get it back to a 14-point game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Escapes the defender. He's stopped on the run back of the 27. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. And they're already up by 2 scores, Brock, but another one here would really put this one out of reach. Starting on the ground, here's White. Good hit on the ground here. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup as it's 2nd down. Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that 1st down. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now they have 3rd and short.
He was covered by Denzel.
Short yardage run for White. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And it's a fake. They only need a couple of inches. And the fake works to perfection. 1st down.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, White. He dodged the tackle. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Chargers 1st down.
Again, this is White. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
To the air this time, Herbert. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8. The give now to White. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing now, Herbert. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. They'll run. It's White. And he's in for the touchdown. The Chargers make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Browns and this running back headed back out for a new series. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 34-yard line.
Back to pass on 2nd and short. Has him on the quick hitter. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Browns.
Judkins running between the tackles. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Browns hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Caught by his running back, Judkins. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Brown.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. Offense up to the...
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Trying to throw this from the gun. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Up in the air here. A bit of a screen pass for Judkins. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down. Slot receivers headed left. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 4th and long. Desperation time here. And it's incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs, depending on what the call is on this penalty. Yep, already got the stop and the turnover on down, so they're just going to decline that penalty. It's White on the give. Dodges another stop. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's a design run. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And they took care of business just as you'd expect a 1 seed to do. And they're going to get to stay at home another week and welcome in another opponent with a conference title on the line. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.